Hey guys, it's Kathleen at my Alabama Farm Life, and I'm sitting in my truck charging up my phone because the battery is dead. But I got a text message from Alabama Power about an hour ago, and they said that our electricity is not going to be on until tomorrow evening. That's their estimated time of getting our power back on. We've already been out of power for about 13 and a half hours now. And I wasn't real concerned about my freezer, my refrigerator, and all that food that's in there because I kept thinking that the electricity was going to come back on. There are 9 houses on this street, and I am one of those 9 houses that doesn't have electricity. Neither does my mother-in-law. She doesn't have electricity either, and she's across the street. She's got 2 freezers and a refrigerator. So I'm trying to figure out a way that I can get them to run for a couple of hours. I have an inverter in my truck, and I think I'm going to go run and get an extension cord, plug in the inverter, and see if I can get my refrigerator to run for a couple of hours tonight. Go downstairs, plug in my freezer, get it to run for a couple of hours so that we can make sure that everything stays cold. And then I've got to get across the street and I've got to get those things plugged in over at my mother-in-law's house. See if we can get those to run for a couple of hours so that we can keep our food from being destroyed. I have a little Blue Eddy that I was using. I used it yesterday to power up my phone and my battery power. I have a little battery brick. And I ran my internet for a little while, but it was only about 65% charge and it ran out pretty quickly. It actually lasted for about 4 hours. So that's pretty good, but my son's phone was dying as he got home, so I let him use my battery brick and he ran that out. We ended up running into town and grabbing something to eat, hoping that by the time we got home the electricity would be back on, but as you can see, it's not. So that's what I'm doing at 1:30 in the morning, sitting in my car, charging my phone. I'm going to pull the truck up to the house. I'm going to pull out the inverter, find an extension cord, and see if I can get my refrigerator running so that hopefully we can save the food that's in it. And I have eggs in my incubator. They are supposed to hatch on the 9th. And I don't know if they're gonna make it. I'm gonna see if I can charge up my Blue Eddy and plug it into it. But I mean, this is really ridiculous. 9 houses on our street. Everybody else is up but us. The power line that was hit, it was just about 100 yards from the house, and they cut the tree down, but the electricity never came back on. So I'm guessing maybe there's a problem. A part was needed and they didn't have it, or we just weren't deemed important enough, because there of course are a lot of other places that are also out of electricity. So so this is a good test. I'm actually thinking very seriously of going down tomorrow and buying a generator, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm going to see if I can get this inverter to work and get my refrigerators and my freezer at least up and running for a couple of hours to save the food. So that's where I'm at now. I'm going to take you guys along with this little journey. I just want everybody to know that we are fine. We got a lot of branches on the ground. About 2:30 this afternoon, the wind just stopped. And like I said, for our neighborhood, the only thing that we had was the fallen tree. I did hear another tree fall in the woods, but you know, that's in the woods. I wasn't really worried about that. Eleanor's property's fine, my property's fine, neighbor's property's fine. As far as I know, everybody in this area is fine. But I don't really worry about tornadoes too much here. It's falling trees. That's what we have. We get straight line winds and falling trees. That's our biggest danger here. We don't have any flooding, anything like that. We're up on a ridge next to the lake. So like I said, straight line winds, falling trees. That's our biggest danger here. All right, so I'm going to continue to let my phone charge up a little bit, and I'm going to pull my car up to the house, get the inverter in, and see if I can get my refrigerator running. The power guys just showed up. Oh my goodness, this is so awesome. Maybe I'm going to get power after all. We're just going to sit here and watch and wait and see. And a second truck just arrived. So guys, this is serious. I made, this must have been a false alarm. It looks like we may get power after all. Oh, this is so awesome. Well, it must be serious because a third truck just showed up. So, but I'm still waiting. It's almost 2 o'clock. Hopefully it'll be back on soon. And then I get to go check my refrigerator and see what I need to throw away. Well, they have been out here for about an hour and a half now. We're at 15 and a half hours with no electricity. They actually left, went up the road, turned around, and they came back. And I guess they still haven't figured out what's wrong, but they are still working on it. But my phone's charged, and I left a candle burning in my bedroom, so I'm gonna go back inside. And hopefully they're gonna get the electricity back on soon. Okay, it's 3:24 and the electricity is back on. I checked the refrigerator and the freezer and everything is fine. I'm amazed. We did not open any of the doors, so there wasn't even any moisture. There wasn't any condensation buildup. Everything is still cold in there, so thankful for the cool weather. We didn't lose anything, so this is excellent. Well, it's 3:24 in the morning, and I'm going to go ahead and lay down and try to get some sleep. And it's supposed to be a beautiful day tomorrow, and I'm hoping to get a lot done. So I'll see you guys on my next video.